Hello, everybody. It's the Saints man, small van driver on the six. It's Sunday. It's 5 to 2. Get round to doing Thursday and Friday last week. First of all, I had a cracking day out yesterday with my good lady. Went to Worcester, watched the Saints. 29-13. Lovely place and all. Had a nice drive. I go Worcester, that sort of way down to Cheltenham. Yeah, for some nice pubs. Yeah, beautiful. Nice drive. Lovely ground, Worcester. It's very quaint, small. Not bad at all. Yeah, 29-13. Good day out. Really good day out. So, Sunday today. Right, back to where we were. Thursday morning. Wednesday I left you. I was home. Had a good few days, actually. Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday especially. And Thursday I picked a job up on the CX. I picked it up about 8:15. And I was meant to be meeting a driver, a German driver, in a truck stop, Kettering, to take off 8 boxes which have got to be delivered to Slough, which I did. I got there at 9. He was due in at 9. He was coming from the port, obviously at A14, and I was his first port of call. Rothwell truck stop, and I met him, nice bloke called Gunther, German. Met him he got there about 9:10, 9:15. 8 boxes, quite big boxes, filled the back of my van. And I'm used to CMRs, so I got his CMR off him. The only thing was he hadn't got a copy for himself. He'd only got 1 copy left. He should have had 3. One was for where he got it from. They keep it, he signs it. I presume the customs are the second one and the third one. I don't know. We used to bring both of them back. Customs never used to have the second one. And we used to bring 2 back, 1 to the customer and 1 used to keep, which you got your money on. But he gave me the CMR with about that many pages of documentation. Since Brexit we have to sign, I presume, customs forms. But yeah, did that job down to Slough, 75 quid. It was quite good actually. It was 90 mile, sort of 90 mile, or 92 mile all in, so pretty good rate actually. I didn't expect to get it, to be honest, because Kettering's a little bit away from me, but there weren't no drivers there. Anyway, got there and then I was looking for a job. When Slough is normally a really good area within the Heathrow catchment area as such, and I delivered it to a storage centre, these 8 boxes, so I could sit there, and I eventually got a job. It took me a while. It was to Reading, High Wycombe to Reading. It was only a small job. It was picking a part up from a garage that had been misdelivered to one garage in High Wycombe, and it should have gone to one in Reading. And it wasn't far. Altogether, it was only 30-some miles. I quoted 35 and got that. I think the shorter jobs around that area, guys are looking for long jobs to get them back home or wherever, short jobs. It did take a while though, but got it. I got to Reading, tipped that easy enough, 1 box. It was a steering column, so it's quite a big box. And then I was looking for a job. I parked at Morrison's right near where the garage was, so not many dead miles. And it was lunchtime, it's just after lunch. And sat there, I don't know, and I looked who's nearby on the telephone, on the mobile phone, and there was drivers everywhere. There was green. You know, other guys have put videos up saying, look at all the green. And there was a lot of drivers around the Reading. A lot. I thought we could struggle there. This could be a go home, drive home. I was 95 miles from home. But I hadn't earned enough money. I only earned 110 quid. So I was like, geez, this is a bit iffy. So, sat around again, did a bit of paperwork. Went to Morrison's, got a coffee, come back. A couple of jobs popped up which I quoted for, nothing. And I thought, yeah, it's going to be a struggle. But then one popped up which was picking up in Wokingham. And it was delivering the next day to Sheffield before 10 o'clock. I thought, if I could get that, that'd be ideal, because it's going up the M1, it's past my house virtually, within 4 miles of my house. 4 miles off junction 15 I am, 4 or 5 miles. So I put a quote in, and it said I thought it said e-quote, so I put a quote in, 130, which was very competitive. But I thought if I could do that, I'll split the job up, and it deliver it before 10. But I phoned as well. Made a phone call, said who I was, company I represented. He obviously looked at the profile, said I put a quote in. Would that be any beneficial? And he says, God, the CX must be quiet today. He said, this job's been on for 10 minutes and he got 45 quotes. And I went, well, I definitely ain't going to be the cheapest, I can tell you. I said, but if you want the job doing, I don't know. I'll leave it to you. I said, so he said, I'll give you a ring back. He said, I'm going to have a look. He said, I've got to look through them. He says, I'll give you a ring back. So I didn't expect to get it. I thought 45 quotes. And I looked at who's nearby again, and there was even more. It was really busy around that area. So I sort of resigned myself to thinking, well, I'm going to give it another half hour and I'm going to start trundling up the A34 towards Oxford and perhaps pick a little job up going home. But then the phone went, and it was the man who was putting the job up from Wokingham to Sheffield. He says, yep, you're definitely not the cheapest, he says, but you got great feedback. He says, and he said, you phoned up, you sound. He says, the job's yours. I was over the moon. I didn't tell him. I did. I says, brilliant, really appreciate it. I says, it'll go into it'll be a secure parking tonight in my house at Northampton, then I'll deliver it. I said, what time can I deliver it? I said, can I do it before 10? He says, you can get there at 6 if you want. He says, it's a company. It's going to a company. He said, they're open at 6. He says, so you can do it any time. I said, well, I'll try and get there for 8, half 8. And he went, brilliant. He says, you're picking up a few boxes. They say they fit in the back of a car. He said, but you'll have to see. Well, I got there. It was a client's house, residential house. They were in the garage. 24 boxes. It's quite big. Sort of crisp packet boxes. What you get 48 crisp packets in. Yeah. So that pretty much over two or three they were. So back of the van had a good load on, but that got me home. And it got me home at a good time as well. So once I picked that up, I trundled home. And I split the job up. So what I did, it was £130. So I put £50 on Thursday. So when I got home, I'd got 110 mile to do. So I put £80 on the next day. So that day, Thursday, I did 247 miles for 160 quid. So 160 quid's under, but I'd had 2 really good days before. So I was happy. That got me home as well. So I was really chuffed because it could have been a 90 mile home, nothing, and really poor pence per mile. As it was, I got 65p per mile. So not a bad day and all. Yeah, it's a bit down, but feed was very poor. It was only 50 or 60, 70 jobs in total at one side. So that was Thursday. Friday, I worked it out. It's going to take me a best part of 2 hours to get there. So I left the house at 6 in the morning. So I thought, well, I'll get the 80 quid job in. I'll be done by 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then I'm looking for a couple of loads then to get me up to my target for the week. So I did. Left the house at 6. And it's all motorway. It's all dual carriageway motorway. Trundled up. Yeah, a little bit of traffic actually that time of morning. But I got there about 8:05, 8:10, something like that. Getting into Sheffield was a bit of a pain off the motorway. But yeah, it was right in the centre of Sheffield as well. Delivered the 24 boxes, handballed them off. Everyone moans about handball, but when it's cold, I was quite happy. I handballed 24, and the bloke helped me as well. He put them on the pallet, I got them out the van. It took me 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. And I sat in Sheffield. It's about 8:30, so I thought, I'll go and get something to eat now. There was a couple of jobs in Sheffield, but I'm looking particularly because I've got to get back. I took my wife for an X-ray. She got an X-ray booked at 5 o'clock at night, so I was getting home for that to take her. So I was going south. I was definitely going south, and there was jobs going north. Newcastle, one to Newcastle, didn't want that. One across to Manchester, didn't want that. I wanted south. So I went to Sainsbury's. I was looking for petrol as well. I hadn't filled it the night before because I thought petrol might be a bit cheaper, and it is. Sainsbury's in Sheffield. Don't ask me where in Sheffield. It was right in the centre-ish. It was on a little retail park just back of some houses, and petrol was £1.40. £1.40. That's cheaper than my fuel card at the moment. So I put it on my business card, on my debit card, and I filled the van chocker. I couldn't get another drop in it. £1.40. It's definitely cheaper getting fuel up north than it is south. Same company, Sainsbury's South is £1.47, £1.48, £1.49. So there's a tip for you. If you need fuel and you've got a job going north, wait till you get there north. Then look for a Sainsbury's or a Tesco, Asda. Even branded fuels are cheaper. So I did pick a second job up. Quite quick actually, but it weren't a pick up till 10:30. But it was Sheffield to Nottingham. It was only 26 miles, and I quoted I'd got to go 4 miles. So it's 30 miles all in. I quoted 40 quid because I thought it's a short job and I've got to wait about an hour, just sort of an hour, to do it. And got it. She phoned straight away, and it was picking up from a health centre. It was samples going to Nottingham, to a lab. Well, the COVID lab, it was KCAR, I don't know, but it was near that, north of Nottingham. But easy job, but I got a bit of a wait, so the 40 quid really, it took me 2 hours in all, so it was only 20 quid an hour, but I didn't work for an hour. The job was an hour all in, but I had to wait, if you see what I mean, wait around. And there was a couple of jobs for Sheffield I could have gone for. There's one to Utoxeter down to obviously JCB, didn't fancy that. I'd already got this job. I thought, yeah, it gets me to Nottingham, and I'm in Nottingham sort of before 12, and then I'm looking for a job anywhere, Milton Keynes, Luton, Northampton would have been ideal. But did this job down to Nottingham, and easy, absolutely easy. Nice people, and parked in their car park, used their toilet as well, parked in the car park, and thinking, well, I can wait around for a couple of hours if necessary, if I can get a job self, I don't have to take anything north. There were jobs to Bakewell, didn't fancy that, because you get nothing out of there, you're still too far from home. So, I waited a little bit, and a job popped up. It's my lucky week this week. Last week was my lucky week. Sutton in Ashfield to Northampton. I couldn't get on it quick enough. I didn't even, I was doing it in my head, the figures, I've got a calculator in it, but I worked out in the head, I thought, I'll quote this 65p mile, all in. And it came out at 54 quid. I quoted 55, didn't e-quote, phoned straight up. I wanted this job, and this was my week done, and I'd be home early. And, yep, I got it. I'm sure I could have got another tenner. I probably could have got another 15, 20 quid. But it worked out 65p a mile doing that job. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I was only 7 miles from it, which, dead miles, I count that as dead. I quoted 65 pence a mile of the job. That's the lowest normally I'd go, back rate. But I'll quote that. If it's getting me, and it was NN4, it was Brackmills, I knew it was Brackmills, NN4, 3 mile from my house, and I'm done. And I had to be home anyway, why wouldn't I? So yeah, phoned it and got it. And it was medical supplies out of Sutton in Ashfield, from a big distribution centre. That took a little bit. There's so many bloody forms, aren't there? COVID forms. Have you been in international 14 days? Yeah, lots of. It took me 10 minutes to get in the gate in the end, but got in. We did 3 big boxes, and I've been to Brackmills. I've been to this place, delivered to 4 or 5 times, and it's always ring the bell, doors open, off, signed, out. It's never any. I've never been held up, and it's so it proved. I was finished at 2:20. The greediness in me should have says, look for Northampton, you might get another hour, might get another 30, 40 quid. But yeah, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'd have been still looking and stiffing out more work. I was happy I'd done for the day. 175 quid. That'll do me. I literally worked 8 hours, not even 8 hours, with the waiting time and all that. I was 8 hours on duty, but it's probably 5 or 6 hours work max. So that was it. Friday done. Took the van home, and that was it. Finished. I did 251 miles. Obviously Northampton to Sheffield across to pick up in Sheffield, down to Nottingham, across, down to Northampton. Yeah, 251 miles in total, and £175. It worked out at 70p, give or take the odd penny. 70p a mile, every mile. So yeah, good week. Pence per mile is quite good. Very happy with that. The end of the week, figures were, I did 1,511 miles all in over 5 days, did 5 full days, which averages at 300 miles a day, which is about right for me. Sometimes I'll do 350 miles a day, 400 if I do a lot of southwest or Wales, but no. Duty time, that's duty time, every hour. That's even break, with all my breaks, was 46 and a quarter hours. So my duty time's 46 and a quarter hours with breaks. So not too shabby. And my target has been 900 in January, which is 190 a day, and I got 180 a day. Yeah, 5 8 yeah, 180 a day, and I ended up with 975. I was only 25 quid short of doing a grand for the week, so it's been a good week for me. Not gonna tell you bullshit. That's what it was. And so my money per day was £195, and my pence per mile every mile. And what I do now on my computer on my van, I've got trip 1, trip 2, and all this. And I've worked trip 2 on a Monday morning. I'll put it at 0 and leave it. And then when it comes to Friday, when I'm finished, completely finished, that's the mileage for the week. And then I've got pence per mile, pence per gallon. How many? Get this right in a minute. Miles per gallon, and I averaged 53.5 miles per gallon. But I did 67.5 pence per pence per mile. So I can take that. I know there's not much work out there at the minute. It seemed to pick up. I don't know. There seems to be a bit more up there later in the week. Hopefully it will carry on next week. But I say, had a good week. Fuel prices, definitely if you're travelling north, I wouldn't fill your van up until you get north. I think it's cheaper the further you go north. So that's a good tip. But all in all, yeah, good times. Hope you're all doing well. I've got 304 apparently subscribers. I did have a look yesterday, quick look. So really appreciate that. Cheers. Hope you're all doing well. If you've got any comments, I will answer them. I'll try my best. It's unedited. Always say it. It's never edited. I see Tall Man Small Van's found the edit button. I haven't yet. I probably know where it is. I wouldn't know how the hell to do it. But he's editing now. He's becoming professional recording artist. Not recording artist. Professional video artist. But brilliant video from him. Had a laugh. And Jim. See his video. Yep. And yep, the motorbike. That's my next venture. Up to Whitby along the Yorkshire Downs, East Yorkshire, up to the coast, up to Whitby. We intend to do that. We're going to stay in the UK this year, so you might see the Pan-European Gym. I'll have to give a shout. We may be going up sort of the east coast, further up and going across. We haven't worked it out yet, but yeah, the Yorkshire, we know that route is top notch. So nice to see you had a good day out there driving. It is. It's a pleasure to ride a motorbike. That's not dead miles. So, hope you're all doing well. Speak soon.